What is up, guys? I am BboneCapone here with my first again, commentary on my own gameplay to try and help you guys get better. I will be doing one-on-one commentary sessions with people from Reddit, anyone who's asking for coaching help, and I'll try to get as many people as I can. Let's get started. So this game is at around 3800 SR. I am going to mute this because I don't want it. This game is around 3800 SR. And off the bat, I ended up getting DPS. I kind of played flex in this game. Just wanted to see what everyone else wanted. Right off the bat here, we're trying to decide team comps. And the guy playing Zarya, Lucky Charms right in front of you, he was asking if I wanted to play Zarya, because I have a lot of hours on Zarya, but I wanted to play DPS this game. So I'm shaking my head at him, telling him no, so he's going to switch. And I actually was thinking about playing Pharah for how hard that choked me to get through to kind of take some pressure off the front to force fight somewhere else. But due to the X-Blue number 12 guy going to McCree, I decided Soldier's a better pick for this, so I decided I was going to play Soldier this game. In this game commentary, I'm going to talk a lot about my positioning, my decision making, and how you can benefit from that, specifically with Soldier 76, as well as from a perspective of backline DPS, we're going to call them, like McCree's, Soldiers, things like that. So off the bat here, we're just spamming into Reinhardt's shield, pretty much trying to break his shield before I break ours, because that is a huge thing. My team calls out they have a Bastion, and I see him sitting there, and I'm trying to get pot shots on him to try and make him repair or move. He moves up, so I push up a little bit. I see him come back down really randomly. I have my rocket up, and an easy first pick. So as soon as that pick came in, our team immediately pushed, which is really good. So I'm in the behind our tanks and with my supports just putting down damage from a little ways out. One thing that you can always do with Soldier, and that's really nice about him, is that you can reposition very quick with your sprint. So always make sure you use that. Their Soldier is trying to come back and contest. I know he has Discord on him. I try and predict the rocket. I fail. But because he has Discord on him, I push up on him here even without my healing thing, my battlefield, because I knew Reinhardt was coming, and I knew he had Discord on him originally. So, really quick take on the first point, that's a really basic way to take it, is that you get a first pick and go. Right here, we get a second pick, so we instantly rush second point, trying to snowball our first point advantage, any ultimates we gain, like my tactical visor, into that. So, immediately, I hear their tactical visor off. Based on just hearing him, I knew he was up in that corner, so I'm looking for it, trying to use what cover I have. They popped Transcendence, and I think that kept a few of them alive because I thought more of them had died. So I wasn't really looking to my left, and that's my fault. I was in a poor position because I was only focused on 2 of them instead of knowing where the other 4 members were of their team. Led to my death. We had already lost the fight anyway, so that's okay. So we come in for a reset here. We're looking to build some alt charge, look for some picks so we can make another push in. This point is depending on how you want to try and break it. There's multiple ways. We were lucky and this team actually didn't run a Mei, which means we could walk in the front door without having too much issues. So they have this Bastion, and I'm not sure if this guy was trolling. He might have been, guys, and if he was, I apologize. I couldn't really tell from the gameplay. Anytime he was a target, he was my first priority in this game specifically, because one of the biggest ways to win is Reinhardt shield battles, and if their Reinhardt shield breaks first, we have an advantage. We had a really scattered fight here. D.Va went in really deep alone, and we didn't have any picks or anything, and we kind of all explode. I got caught up in Graviton, they popped Sound Barrier, and it was just, that was a really messy fight by our team. We went in very scattered instead of as a unit like we did on our first push. One thing you'll notice, I'm checking Chab a lot when I'm dead to see if they make any roster changes, and to see if we're making any changes, if we need to make any adjustments based on that. So we haven't seen anything yet, so that's okay. We can keep with what we're running. I think Soldier's still good at taking the second point because he helps break down that Reinhardt shield very quickly, especially when they don't have a Mei. Having a hard flanker like a Genji or Tracer isn't as necessary. With straight up aim, you can kind of beat a team. One thing you will notice with my Soldier gameplay that I do not do enough is I do burst shots sometimes, but I don't do it enough. A lot of times I just hold down the trigger. And that's good at anywhere from 5 to 10 or 12 meters, but outside of that, it doesn't work. Right here, you need to go to burst shots. Right here, we see a pick based on the kill cam. I see D.Va picked off their Reinhardt, so I'm pushing in the back, trying to get a good flank off from the high ground. D.Va is fighting the Bastion in there, and I'm trying to help her out. So now we have 3 picks right now, 4 picks. We're pushing hard on point. Really good use of D.Va right there. So Diva didn't throw her ult to get kills. She threw her ult to stop their team from coming onto the point. Because with that ult in there, no one on their team can come in range of the point, so we have free reign over that point for that 2-3 seconds, which is huge. So right now we have 4 people on the point and it's ticking up. Now it's a matter of zoning. During this time when Reinhardt just did this, our McCree is high noon behind me and he's up on high ground. A secondary zoning tool. Also wonderful for taking this point if you get a push onto it and they have no one on the point to zone people off of it. Reinhardt goes for a charge, instantly McCree ulted, dies. Easy first take, not easy, but fairly good first take. Pop tactical visor in because why not? So, carrying on into the second round. Let's hope this loads recently quickly. We are going to be looking at the defensive side of it now. I was debating playing Mei in this round. I'm actually going to pause this for a sec. I was debating playing Mei in this round, but based on what our other DPS went, which is Genji, outside Soldier 76 is a better option, because the nice thing about hit scans, and it's nice to always have a hit scan in a game, is that it's easier to clean up kills. So let's say that Genji goes in and he does a bunch of damage to them. He has a reliable someone to finish them off in me playing Soldier, or if I was playing McCree, something like that. Mei is not reliable to clean up that kill. Mei offers a lot of utility, but she does not offer the same kill secured as a McCree or a Soldier. Genji can also kill secure for himself, or if I do a bunch of damage, he can dash in to finish off the kill. The Mei Genji doesn't really work as well. It can on certain points. This first point, I don't think it's effective enough, so we chose to go against it, and I stuck with the Soldier. A few things about Soldier positioning is that he positions very similar to McCree. He's a little more self-sustained, so you can wander off a little bit. You still want to stay behind your tanks with your supports. They'll help keep you alive and keep you going. One thing to focus on, especially when if you're playing a McCree or a Soldier, any DPS that does reliable damage, and if your Zenyatta on your team's any good, by the way, Zenyatta's fantastic to carry, hit those discorded targets, because those discorded targets you will melt. Soldier in this game melts discorded targets. I use the discords, and if I saw a discord on someone, I was instantly hitting that target. That was my first priority, just because of how much extra damage I get to do. It's an extra 30%, that's huge. Starting off this round, poke wars as standard. I'm trying not to feed Zarya bubble. It's a little hard to do on Soldier. My trigger's a little off still. I'm not the best at it, but I can make it work. So, I continue poking at them, doing some damage here. Nothing crazy. We're looking to break that Reinhardt shield. I back off here because we call out that someone's on point, and someone is on point. So, our team, or me, Lucio, and Genji drop back and get a quick pick. Reinhardt goes really aggressive because they try to push into that room, but unfortunately he gets picked off because Ana was pocketing the Bastion. So I back up here because I think Bastion's still in this room to my right, in this room that I'm about to run into. He backed off again though, so I'm expecting him there. I was really late on my reaction to that Lucio, but I'm trying to back up here because we're not in a safe position. I try and get some shots off because I think I'm somewhat safe. Genji dashes in. I see someone on my right. I need to back up again. So because the Soldier's increased mobility, I back up again, reset, get some health, reset the fight for myself and where I'm in a safe position to shoot from. So I've reset. We have one tank here. We have some support. Pushing back in. We get a nice pick there. I think we try and trickle another death here. I don't think we get it though. But the more we can trickle these deaths now, the better, because we've already won this fight. Without losing even an arrow, that is. So we reset at the choke because we had enough pressure that we could push them back to the choke and force that. We do get a nice pick on Genji, which is going to slow down their push. This is atrocious aim, and I don't know why I didn't track better there. That was really sad. But anyway, we were lucky enough to reset at this choke. Often once you lose this choke, you have to fight at point. And that's where you have to fight from. We did not have to do that today, or for this specific situation, which was really good. So we're back fighting at the choke, trying to hold them off here. They still have a Bastion, so I'm assuming he's trolling or he's a one-trick, but I couldn't tell. He wasn't bad, but he made some really interesting decisions. So, anyway, we actually broke the Reinhardt shield, which led him to charge, and I should have been expecting this, and I got caught. A lot of Reinhardts will do this, that once their shield breaks, they're like, well, I may as well charge now because I have nothing else I can do. They will hit that charge, and I was very late on my reaction, which led me to die. Luckily, my team went full cleanup mode, and they cleaned up their entire team, which is awesome. So my death was not good. I shouldn't have been positioned there, but it worked. My team carried me for it, pretty much. They call out there's a Genji up there, and I kind of paused and realized what just happened. Genji got thrown into the wall. It was kind of funny. So we go and we restart the choke again. We still haven't lost this choke, which is super nice. It makes this super effective and super strong. So we are fighting back at the choke, keeping them back, trying to break that Reinhardt shield before he breaks ours. Really effective, super helpful. I keep feeding Zarya because I'm bad with my trigger finger, but that's not the end of the world. So I've backed up a little bit here because I don't have any protection in front of me from Reinhardt. Genji ults, so I try and pop Tac Visor, because one thing that Tac Visor is very good for, and actually McCree's ult, any a lock-on ult or auto-aim ult is super good against Genji's ult, because Genji's relies on being hard to hit. If you can get, like, Tactical Visor, which is an auto-lock, you can nullify that ult. Unfortunately, he went for me first, I think because he knew that, and I couldn't do anything about it because I couldn't get out of his swipe range. So I kind of made a bit of a duff. I was thinking about trying to charge back, but we lost too many people. The fight was lost, so we needed to reset and make a hold here. We don't want to give them snowball kills, because if we trickled in there and gave them 2 more kills, they might have snowballed at this point. I'm sitting in a very back safe position here. The big reason for that, you're going to see in a second here, is that I know I only lost 25% of my tactical visor, luckily, so I still have it. I'm going to have it again here, and I want to be able to use it for this. So they come in with Graviton Surge, they come in trying to make a push, and my tactical visor shut down that main hallway. They could not come through there. I murdered the 2 people that did try and come through there. This is why Soldier and McCree, there's a few other people that can do very well up here. Yes, at that long range, my DPS isn't as strong, but I'm safe back here, and if they try and dive onto point, I can do a lot of reliable DPS from a fairly safe position. So they reset now. We're backdoing this point. I really debated going Mei right now because I just used my Tac Visor, but I was doing really well in Soldier. Our Genji was doing really well. I'm like, you know what? We're not going to change up what worked. So I'm just continuing to poke shots here, staying safe. They get a pick. They want to push in. This is what I mean. I'm in a safe upward position. Soldier tried to push in, couldn't do anything. Reinhardt tries to push in. They can't get to me safely and do damage to me, so I can just lay down damage. One thing up here that I should note is that Genji has now noticed me. So he now wants to deal with me. I made out his Reflect. I get a really nice Discord from my Zenyatta. Easy kill. Now that Genji's noticed me up here, I know that he's going to come back for this. And I know other people are. So I should be aware of this, and I should maybe move positions. I can try and stay up here, but I should be looking to change to a different position, because I know on their next push, I'm going to get flanked. I need to be prepared for that and ready for it. So they're back. They're trying to build ults, I think. We get a nice pick with the Zenyatta and myself. We pick off that guy, or the Lucio, yeah. Genji, one other thing that I want to talk about here is the high ground on this point. If there's a Mei on your team on defense, taking that top left where I was just aiming is huge. They can't do that though, because we have a D.Va and a Genji controlling that point, which is awesome. Because they cannot take that high ground, they put no pressure on our Reinhardt, because our Reinhardt can sit at the front choke, and that's all he has to worry about. He has no flanking coming from his top left that's going to do damage to him. He can sit farther up and be more aggressive because he has that protection from the top left. So that was really good team play that we had, just as higher level players knowing what we need to do. So D.Va's come out of her mech now, so we have given up that high ground. I think Genji, oh no, he's not up there anymore. We have to give up that high ground because we don't have D.Va mech or anything. They come in with sound barrier. I'm getting focused really hard. I see Soldier come at me. He misses Helix rocket somehow, so I hit mine. That's an easy kill. We cleaned up this fight decently well. Genji wants me. Like, this is why I needed to move from up there. I stayed up there too long. So Genji caught me with his Dragon Blade, and Soldier addressed me. So I'm forcing, like, yes, it's good I'm forcing 2 people to pressure me, but I should be moving spots so I'm not as easy to find so quickly. Unfortunately, guess what I do? Run right back up to the same spot. I did this because I had Tactical Visor, and I thought I could do that same thing to zone them. But it doesn't work out that way because they know I'm going to be up here, because I've been sitting up here this entire second point defense. I need to change up my strategy. So they're getting down to the last minute. Their pushes are they're very limited on their pushes. Now they have 1, maybe 2 pushes. Based on how slow they're going, it's probably only 1. I hear Sombra. This is not something I expected because guess what? I haven't been checking tab enough. Sombra decides they make a switch to Sombra to try and deal with me better. A big thing with Soldier that I did there is I should not have challenged again after I missed my Helix rocket. I will not win that dual 1v1 very easily unless I'm perfectly accurate. So because of that, I got pushed off high ground. I try and make a last minute ditch effort because I know they're down to 24 seconds. The problem with this play is that I was 1 second early on popping my tack visor. So the first second of my tack visor was wasted because they still had Zenyatta ult up. If I would have had that extra second, I probably could have cleaned up that soldier and made this fight a lot easier and not die myself. Luckily, I bought enough time that I brought enough attention to myself that my team was able to come in and clean this fight up, leading to us get a nice, easy victory to close this out. So this has been my first gameplay, guys. Please let me know what you think. Give it a like, subscribe if you enjoy it. I'm going to be creating as much content as I can. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.